Hello, my friends. I'm going to try this again. Had to deal with children actually physically fighting, um, which goes to show you the reason why it is probably a good idea to get back to pre-recording these. And that's the plan eventually. It's just as time has presented itself, that has not been the option. Actually, it's going to happen because the goal is to start putting these devotions into a podcast. And in order to do that, they'll have to be pre-recorded. But that's not where we're at in the current state. And so had to step away. And now I'm back. And hopefully we'll go ahead and complete this devotion, which will probably be a little bit shorter than the other ones in the past. Just to jump right into it again, what we're doing is we're talking about humility, service, and sacrifice. Yesterday, we talked about humility. And when you looked at the definition of humility, to be free from arrogance, it seems and it sounds positive because it is. But when we looked at how it's used, to be made low, to be unimportant, to be unimpressive, you can see why. In the Western world, in the way that we do things, you could see why that word would be seen as not a virtue. When we look at the people that we take leadership from and the people who set examples, when we look at many of our athletes, when we look at many of our movie stars, when we look at even the previous president, humility was not something that you would have seen. And of course, no knocks to any of those people. Again, the athletes they're there because they're darn good. The movie stars, they're there because they're darn good. The president was there because he was elected, and he had a job to do, and he did it in the way that he saw fit. All of that is fine, but when we look at leaders, a quality that we should want to see in our leaders, at least as Christians, is humility. Because it is that humility that allows for us to serve in the way that God wants for us to serve. Let's look at a passage of text from Galatians. Here we are looking at Galatians 5. We're just looking at two verses, 13 and 14. But this talks about how we are to serve. And in serving, it talks about how we have to be humble. You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free. We are free as Christians. We're free. One of my favorite songs is Christian songs is one it's called "Break Every Chain," and it talks about how when we turn to Christ, he breaks those chains of sin. He breaks the chains of all of those things that hold us bound. So we're free. But what do we do with that freedom? How do we use that freedom? You can make an analogy to even America, one of the bastions of freedom in the world. But how do we use that freedom? Now, I'm not going to answer that question for you. We have to think about it individually, and then we have to think about it collectively. But as Christians, we are called to be free. But what does the text tell us? It says, do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. In other words, don't use your freedom for you. Don't use your freedom just to go out and have a good time and to make yourself your life individually better. Now, I want you to understand something. This is not to say that you cannot do those things to make your life better. You cannot do those things to make your life more comfortable. That's not what it's saying. Let's look at what it's saying. It says, serve one another. How? Humbly in love. So we need humility and we need love in order to serve the way that God wants us to serve. Humility, which means that we're looking at others. It's not all about us. It's not all about me being lifted up. And love, which is the ability to act in a way that shows that you care about others, not about a feeling. And and that's another thing in the world. When we talk about love, a lot of times we talk about what we feel. That love is more so a verb than a noun. It's not about what we feel, it's about what we do. And it says, for the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. In other words, not only if we're going to be true servants, then not only are we serving ourselves, not only are we serving those who fall into our tribe, we're not just serving the people who are in our denomination. We're not just serving the people who are believers. We are not just serving the people who look and act like us. We are not just serving the people who are in our political tribe. No, we are serving everyone. We are serving all of the people that God puts into our sphere. And some of those people may not be people that we get along with very well. Some of those people may not be people that we like, but the text never says that we have to like someone to love them. The text never says that we have to like someone or be on the same page with someone in order to serve them. And we do it with humility. We do it with humility. Therefore, my friends, what I would ask of you is that we strive to serve, that we strive to serve in a way that God would have us to serve, and we would serve with humility, lifting other people up, even if that means we have to bring ourselves down just a little bit. How much better would this world be if everything was not about me, but if we focused on we? With that, tomorrow we will talk about the third part of this. We've talked about humility and we talked about service. Next, we will talk about sacrifice. God bless you. May the Lord keep you, and may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may heaven continue to smile upon you and grant you peace. That is my prayer for you.